Kia ora and welcome to a new video from NZ Pocket Guide. Today I'm going to go through everything you need to know about family accommodation in New Zealand. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started with what I consider being the best type of family accommodation in New Zealand, and that's holiday parks. Usually they have the best facilities for kids, with seriously some epic playgrounds at times. Plus, there is a lot of different type of accommodations there, from private units, family rooms, to even just powered site and campsite. You even sometimes have access to hostel dorms. So if you are planning in New Zealand with a little one, maybe consider making holiday parks one of the mainstays of your travel experience. Next up on our list, we also have motels. Motels in New Zealand usually offer private self-catering facilities. That means that basically in your room there is going to be a small kitchen which will allow you to tend to all the dietary requirements of the entire family. So if you're traveling with a family that have a lot of specific dietary requirements and eating out may not be the best option, or if you want to save money because eating out can be quite expensive, then motels can be a good idea when traveling in New Zealand. But don't rule out hostels. Hostels often offer private rooms as well as the ability to book an entire dorm. So if you have a large family, let's say 5 or 6, you could book an entire dorm and save a lot of money. Plus, you will have access to all their facilities such as the kitchen, and other type of facilities such as even the lounge and all that, and that would be a great option if you are traveling with the families. Next up, I'm going to be talking about hotels. Hotels are not necessarily the best money-wise when it comes down to staying with a family. However, when in the larger cities, usually you could get access to some pretty good deals. In many cities in New Zealand, and I mean large cities such as Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch, Queenstown, these kind of things, a lot of hotels are competing to get the family business, and in doing so they often offer kids stay free, especially on weekends. So try to make the most out of this kind of deals as it is really good. Now, no matter which accommodation you are planning on using when traveling with a family in New Zealand, do make sure that you are telling your host what kind of facilities you're going to be needing. So if you do need high chair, cots, or anything like that, you do need to let them know before, as usually they only have a small amount of those available. So telling them earlier will ensure that you will have access to those. Also, do be aware that babysitting options are usually very limited, so you won't be able to have adult night out too easily. Next up on our list, we have pools. A lot of kids love to play around the pools, and in New Zealand it is the law that all pools are fenced. So you will be able to stay in a hotel with pool with less worry of letting the kids run around. All the pools are going to be properly fenced. Finally, booking through OTAs, which are Booking.com, Expedia, Trip.com, or any such things, is usually a good idea, as it will provide you throughout your trip with a uniform cancellation policy, and you won't be at the mercy of each individual provider's cancellation policy, which can leave you hanging in some dire situation. So do be aware of that if you are, a little bit worried about your trip, especially in the post-COVID world. Alright, so that's everything that I have for you today. I hope that was helpful. There's much more info on nzpocketguide.com, so check it out. And the whole team is joining me in wishing you the best time ever in New Zealand.